Hey there, it's Robert here from empoweredlife.tv. Hope you're having a spectacular day wherever you are in the world. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to reframe limiting beliefs. I know that this is a major stumbling block for an awful lot of people out there. It could be you too, because you've got all of these limiting beliefs, okay, going on in your subconscious mind that are effectively sabotaging everything you want to be, do, and have in life. So I've got a simple 4-step formula for overcoming this. It takes persistence, it takes conscious effort before it becomes subconscious reprogramming, and it takes for you to make a commitment to see it through until you see the change happening. Now, if you can commit to all of that and see it through, this stuff will work with you. It will work for you. So let's take step number 1 first. I've written them down so I don't miss anything, and then I'll embellish. You probably know the score by now. So number 1, identify the limiting belief. The first step is to identify the limiting belief that's holding you back. This can be done by paying attention to your thoughts and emotions. Now, I do talk about this an awful lot. In order to know what is holding you back, you need to make a study of it. So, in other words, be aware of your thinking. Be aware of your feelings. Normally, when you're having a negative feeling, there is a thought behind it. That comes, by the way, from a deep-rooted belief about something. You remember, beliefs that you have get you to attach labels to things externally that give you feelings that will then come back and reinforce the belief. And along the way, of course, they make you feel either empowered or disempowered. The unfortunate thing is the subconscious is trained to go out and seek evidence to support that which you believe and reinforce it. Okay? So effectively, the more you go out there and seek evidence and find evidence, the more you believe it to be true, which is great if it's something positive, upwardly mobile, inspiring, and all that stuff. Not so good if it's the opposite. So you need to watch your thinking patterns, because your thinking patterns are a real key to what's going on subliminally, subconsciously. And that, after all, is who you really are. No matter what you think on the conscious level, who you are is the 95% subconscious part of you. So step 1, start to watch your thinking. Don't analyse to the point where you start to judge. Just analyse your thoughts. Just watch them come in and out. Now, you can't monitor every thought you have, but you can monitor your feeling. Oh, I feel slightly down. What am I thinking about? Let's retrace. What was I thinking about to get me here? And you'll be amazed how you'll be able to go backwards and look at the steps that led up to the way you were feeling right now. You think, I know what it was. I was thinking about this thought, and that made me feel this way. So next time you start to think that thought, you'll be more consciously aware of the fact, and you'll be able to consciously redirect your thinking towards something more positive, inspiring, and motivating. And you can do that consciously in a variety of ways. A great way is by using affirmations, which I've mentioned many, many times in an awful lot of my videos. Remember, the subconscious mind can only listen to the predominant thought one at a time and go out and seek evidence to support that's being true. Therefore, if you're locked into a negative loop of thinking, then what you need to do is reinforce something over the top, even if you're internally screaming it. It doesn't matter. If you focus on something else, an affirmation, a visualization, whatever it is that makes you feel better, then your subconscious will switch its focus and its energy onto that and will go out to seek evidence to support that as being the truth. Now, here's the thing. Long term, that changes who you are. That changes your life experience. It's tremendously powerful stuff. So, number 2, You've identified the limiting belief. Hopefully, number 2, challenge that belief. Once you've identified the limiting belief, the next step is to challenge it. Ask yourself if the belief is true or if there's evidence to support it. Now, we know that your subconscious is going out there and looking for evidence to support it. But what you need to consciously also do is question whether or not it's based on truth, tangible reality. Or is this just another case of FEAR, fear? Could be, couldn't it? False evidence appearing real. Happens all the time. Are you just conjuring up an image or a fear of something that you think may happen based on what? Reality? Or presupposition of some kind? Probably the latter. In most cases, if not nearly all, we think these things into being. So they're reality within for us, but not necessarily a reality without. But eventually they will be. Our fear of that showing up in our physical 3D reality sinks down into our subconscious so that we become the person that will be and do the things that will attract that, or manifest it, or create it, whichever word you prefer. So it's so important for you to challenge that belief. Why do I believe that? Is that based on any reality? Really? Or am I just worrying for the sake of worrying? It's an important question to ask yourself. Because the answer will lead you down an entirely different path. One that you will most likely enjoy an awful lot more. Number 3, replace the belief. After challenging the belief, replace it with a more positive and empowering belief. This can be done by creating affirmations or positive self-talk. As explained before, once you've analysed it, once you identify where you are and what your belief is, you can set about changing it. Consciously at first, it's going to take 30 to 90 days minimum. Could be longer for some. But every time you are consciously aware of having that limiting belief pop up in your thinking again, start using positive affirmations right over the top with as much emotion as you can manage. Visualize while you go, if you can. Positive self-talk. Walk around all day long. I am loving. I am loved. I am great. Whatever it is, I am successful. I am happy. I am whole. One that I use all the time is I am happy, healthy, wealthy, prosperous, healed and whole. This or something better for the greater good of all. In other words, what I do is I affirm that for me and then I affirm it for everybody else. Because if I can put that energy out into the world, not only does it help other people, but it brings it back to me tenfold. I suggest you come up with something the same. Something that is just going over, looping in your mind all the time. The more you focus on that positive self-talk, the less you're going to pay attention to the stuff that is bringing you down and putting the brakes on your life and just holding you back from everything you want to be, do, have. Number 4, take action. Finally, take action to reinforce the new belief. This can be done by setting goals and taking small steps towards achieving them. So once you've identified what it is you want and you start to believe in that, actually take some action, right? Attraction, 10 letters. Action, 6, make up 60% of the word attraction. If you take action out of attraction, there is no attraction, manifestation, creation, or anything of any kind that's going to show up in your life that's any different than it is right now. Take action in the direction of that which you want. Set goals in the direction of that which you want. See, once you elevate yourself to a place where you have become more, you should start doing more. So make sure you don't leave that part of the equation out. Do the work on yourself. Replace those negative beliefs, those negative thought patterns with positive, new, supportive beliefs and supportive thought patterns. But then really, really get inspired to take some action in the direction of making the reality of those things manifest in your life. You'll be amazed what shows up. So I've just put a little footnote here that reframing limiting beliefs can be a process that takes a little time. But the same as anything, if you practice, if you're committed and you're prepared to stick with it until the change that you're seeking shows up, it will work for you every time. Every time. Universal consciousness as a habit of working just in time, every time. And remember that time is a man-made concept. So don't be clock watching. These things will show up at the right time for you, in the right place, at the right time, in the right proportion. Because it's coming from a level of intelligence that is way beyond that which we possess on the conscious, logical level of thought. Before I wind up, please, I want to give you a reminder to take action on this stuff where it doesn't work. And also, if you want some help to accelerate everything, then please go below this video. There's a free hypnosis audio meditation that you can use to help get you in the zone and accelerate you on to everything you want to be doing and have in the future. So don't forget to get that. It's absolutely free. And do get across to empoweredlife.tv, empoweredlife.tv. Join the family over there. And finally, if you have enjoyed the video, please like it. It helps me and it helps the channel. And I really appreciate it when people show me their appreciation of the stuff that I'm doing. Also click the bell icon and you'll get notified next time I do one of these videos. And of course, subscribe to the channel. That'll be better still. Come back all the time. Be part of the family. Be lovely to get to know you better and continue this journey into the future with you on a regular basis. So with all of that out of the way, I'll catch my breath, say goodbye, catch you next time. Cheers.